Let's go. Okay, so like I said in this video, in this webinar, I'm going to be showing you how to create a content outline, how to do that keyword research, and write content that converts. So the first thing we're going to do here, I'm just going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute, and yeah, we'll go from there. So the first thing, and you're all going to have access to this document here, and any document that I am going through, you're going to have access to this on the under this video once I upload it, which should happen today or tomorrow, whenever it gets processed. So we're going to be using primarily two documents here, and we're going to be using ChatGPT. You don't need the paid version, but I do recommend getting the paid version if you can spend the $20 a month. So we're going to have this client keyword research topic doc here. It's all blank right now, but we're going to fill one of these in. So the first thing we're going to do, and I actually need your help on this, we're going to do a little crowd participation. Can in the chat somebody just let me know what their website is, and we will go from there. I'm going to use one of your websites live that I haven't seen before. So in the chat, just leave, okay, first one, boom. Christy, that's what you get for being number one. You are going to be the I don't want to say guinea pig, but the person here. So K2 Creative, I'm just going to close the chat now. Thanks everybody. So I just want to see what you are, what you do. Branding, design, strategy, products. So it looks like you are a creative agency, perhaps. Elevate your brand. Why choose? Okay, so I'm just looking here, and I'm just going to go through like my regular process, what I would normally do. So if the first time I look at a website, I use this detailed SEO extension, and I just look at what your title tag meta description is. And I know I've covered this before, but this is my process. This is what I do to learn a little bit more about a business. So promotional products. Okay, so they're not a creative agency necessarily. Print marketing, branded apparel, K2 Creative. Your one-stop solution for stand-up promotional products, bespoke graphic design, and impactful brand elevation. Cool. So it looks like you do promotional products. That's great. Yeah, here your heading tags are all out of whack, but that's okay. We're not going to be talking about that today. So I'm not necessarily going to put you on the spot. So one of the things that I actually will need is, sorry, was this Christy? Can you send in the chat a link to one of your competitors? I just want to see, we're going to do a little bit of keyword gap analysis. If we can do that, if it works, if they're big enough, and if it's not, yes, you'll have access to these spreadsheets in the course once I upload it. So Christy, if you can send me a link to a competitor, was it Christy? Well, who's the person? Yeah, Christy. If there's a competitor, we're going to need that. That's usually like where we start with things, and then we go from there. So I'm going to wait for that, Christy. While I'm waiting for you to send that, I will just plug your website into SEMrush here and just take a quick look and see what's going on. Okay, so Christy sent one privately. Sorry, I'm sure everybody can see this chat here. So if you're sending something privately, you can probably see that there. Okay, so this is a competitor here. Great. What I usually do is open them both up in SEMrush, and I just do a little compare and contrasting here. So let's see. So Christy, your K2creativeprint.com website has an authority score of 3, whereas your competitor has 14. It looks like they're getting some traffic. It's not anything to write home about, not anything crazy. And yeah, I'm surprised they're not getting more traffic. Well, I'm not surprised because a lot of people aren't doing SEO. But they're not getting that much traffic to their website. So this should be fairly good. And it looks like you're getting no traffic to your website. So yeah, let's this might not be a good competitor to analyze, but I'm gonna see what we can do there. So I'm using SEMrush for this. Ubersuggest, which I also use in the course, has most of these features. Like you can do the keyword gap analysis in Ubersuggest. I just like using SEMrush better. It's a little bit more clean. And I'm assuming you're in the United States. I don't know why, but let's just see if that is the case. Actually, let me see. Usually if you want to see where somebody's based, look in the Footer, they should usually have their address, and especially if you're a local business, you should have your address there in your footer. So there's Christy. Hi, Christy and Audra. Cool. Yeah, you need to put your address somewhere on here. Usually too, a company would have a what's it called? Sorry, they would have a privacy policy somewhere on the page. I don't see that. You should definitely add a privacy policy. Yeah, so you created your own website. That's great. Okay, sorry, I see Oregon somewhere. Oregon. I don't know why I said Oregon. Yeah, right there. Cool. So you're in the US. That's good to know as well, because if you add a website and you're doing keyword research for a different country and you're like, oh, this website's not getting any traffic, it could just be because your country is set wrong. Yeah, so let's just go through here. So we're doing a keyword gap, and I have your website, your competition's website, and then I'm just going to go down here to all keywords because I want to see all the keywords that you both rank for and see which ones you don't rank for that they rank for, and look for easy to rank for keywords. So basically what I look for here, this is you, this is them. If it's green, they rank for that. If it's green on your side, you rank for that keyword. So I always sort by volume. So I want to see the keywords that have the highest search volume, that are getting the most searches. And then I also look at the keyword difficulty. So I look for anything that's in green here. The lower the number, like this 12 is great. So swag hat, not quite sure what that is. Maybe that's something we write about. Business cards with Facebook logo. Again, that could be something you do. Like it looks like you rank 86 about that or for that. Let me just see here. I'm going to open URL. Social media business cards, keep it consistent. Okay, so you are writing blog posts. This is great. And last time you posted this was Jan 15, 2020. Let's just see. Sorry, go back here. Business cards with Facebook logo. So there's 260 people looking that up per month. It's an easier score of 24. That doesn't mean it's going to 100% be easy to rank for. But it should mean that you have a better chance of ranking for that. So I want to look for something that's like lower. Online company store for employees, no. Creative print, Eagle print, social media on a business card. So this one's coming up a lot, social media on business card. Yeah, so this might be a good one to write about. Basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start a new list. Social media on business card. So I'm just going to write that in there, create a new empty list, and then, oops, this should be list name here, right? So now I have this here, and then when I go through, I can add in anything that says social media on it, right? Because it seems like that's a good keyword there. And I'm really hoping that this is something you do. So social media on business cards, I have those there. Business cards with social media, cool. So these are all easy to rank for keywords. And usually what I do the next step is I'll just click on the actual keyword and yeah, sorry. I'm like, am I recording right now? I really hope I'm recording. So yeah, I'll click on that keyword and then I'll come down here to keyword ideas. And then we have also questions. So I'm going to open both of those. Oops, sorry, just open a new tab. So these are the questions. Yeah, there's not very much volume there. Can you use social media icons on business cards? I'm going to add that one because these are good questions. Can you use social media logos? Icons, how to Vistaprint, no. Vistaprint, how to add social media logos on business cards. So it's kind of like the same thing. We're already talking about that. So I'm just going to go back here and I'm going to look at keyword ideas because I want to see all the different keywords that we could possibly rank for. Social media business card. Yeah, possibly social media icons for business cards. So this tells me right here, this could be a great resource if you are, if somebody's looking for icons to put on business cards, you can actually just have like the PNG files, like the transparent background. You can have those on the page where people can download, or you can actually give that away for people or to people as a lead magnet. And if you don't know what a lead magnet is, it's just something you can give away for free. So it could be the social media icons with transparent backgrounds. Business cards with social media icons. Yeah. Business card, social media icons. So you can see there's a lot of variations for this keyword here. social media icon for business cards with social media icons. So there are a ton of these here, and example cards, example business cards with social media logos on business cards. And there's all of these here that don't actually have any keyword difficulty because they're so low that nobody's going after these. So a lot of times what we'll do is like you can add a bunch of these in here, and then you'll have a list of like social media business card with social media links. I guess you could do that as well. So the ones that are NA in terms of intent, they have 20 search volume, the keyword difficulty is low. You could still use that, and it doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean necessarily that this is going to be the keyword that wins you all the traffic, but like if nobody's trying to go for this, like it could be a good one. So just going back up here, we can see that we have all of these different keywords, and I've added all of these to the list. So now we're going to go to keyword manager here, and we'll be able to see this list here. I'm just going to grab this list, and then I'm going to export this whole list into a CSV. And I'm just going to open that up, wait for this to open. So these are all the keywords that we're going to be going after. So basically just copy all of this, and then we're going to go into this keyword research document over here, and we'll fill that tab in with what it is in a second. So I don't need these two columns here. I need to know the keyword. Don't need to know the seed keyword tags. Don't need those. I need volume, keyword difficulty, cost per click's fine in there. Number of results, intent, like you can keep the intent in there. SERP features, click potential. Okay. So now we're just going to delete these columns. This is all cleaned up. So basically this has all the information we want. We have the keyword. Okay, just going to format it a little bit. We have the keyword, we have the volume, the difficulty, cost per click, and intent. So what we're going to do is sort this sheet by Z to A or Z to A, depending on where you live. And then we can see social media business cards, social media icons for business cards. So typically the main keyword that we're going for is going to be the one with the most volume. That does have a keyword difficulty of 28, which I believe is the one of the highest. So yeah, we have some other 28s and 30s there. This is going to be the main focus keyword. So I'm just going to come down here and say social media business cards. That is the main keyword that we're going after. So we're going to put this up here as well. And then I'm just going to go back and forth to this tab. So what we're going to do now is do just a quick summation of all of like the total volume. So if we are using most of these keywords, that's the total volume of people searching those keywords per month. And we're just going to come in here and we're going to do this. So total volume, paste that in there, number of keywords. So how many keywords do we have here? We have 20. So there's 20 keywords, average difficulty. Okay. Now we're just going to come here, average of, so it knows what I want to do already. So 25.7. We're just going to come in here and paste that. And I want to get rid of some of these decimal points because we don't need them. And then, so now we need to come up with an article title, and it has to be under 60 characters. So we're going to go through that, in a second. But first, what we need to do is basically take a look at what are the other websites ranking for the main, is this the main? No, the main keyword that we want to rank for. So social media business cards, I'm just looking this up in SEMrush, and cool, we can see, if we scroll down, we can see the websites that rank for all of those terms. So what I typically look for when I'm trying to find a keyword, like it often happens where we'll do the keyword research, then we're like, okay, shit, the thing that ranks number one is like Wikipedia, has like a ton of referring domains and a ton of backlinks and all this kind of stuff. In this case, I think we're in good shape because the top result only has 4 referring domains and 4 backlinks. Vistaprint has 7 referring domains and 8 backlinks. And then like even, Etsy.com here, there's like almost no backlinks to this post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up each one of these into a different tab. The top 3 search results are typically what we do. And And then, hold on, just need to move some stuff out of the way here. So we're just going to take a look at these. So English, okay. So yeah, especially if you're in another country, make sure that you're viewing the website from that country so that you're actually getting results. So social media business cards, I just want to see what they're doing here on this page. Okay, so they're not even like doing anything. And this is the top ranking website for that keyword. So social media business cards, Zazzle, get social media personalized business cards. Yeah. Headings, they only have one heading, one tag. So that's something that we're going to be adding to our document there in a second. Let's just take a look here. Adding social media icons to business cards, why social media is important. So I just want to point out here that this is two different topics. So adding social media icons on business cards, like that is one topic, and another topic, and why social media is important. Why social media is important is a whole other topic. So how to add social media icons on business cards, how social media can help your business. It can make you, okay. So these guys are all over the place with their heading tags. Yeah. So they basically have social media icons on business cards. Like that's one good heading to tag. And then they have social media to small business, all this kind of other stuff there. Okay, so I think we're in good shape. I just want to take a look quickly at the last one here. Oh my God, close this offer. Yeah, so we get it. It's Cyber Monday and people are trying to get sales. So let's just see here, heading tags, designing social media business cards that get noticed, tips and examples. What are social media business cards? That's a great heading to tag. 8 can't miss elements of social media business cards with examples. So when we were doing our keyword research, it did say, one of them I believe was social media business cards examples, how to add social media icons to your business card. So it looks like these people have been doing some SEO, right? And just going back to the search volume here, or sorry, to the websites that are ranking. So these guys are number 3. It looks like, they're trying to compete with these two, but we're going to be competing with them as well. The only downfall is here, our authority score is 3, right? We don't have a high authority score and we need to improve that. So what we're going to do here is basically 2 things. We're going to look at the keyword research. I'm just going to, sorry, I need to close some of this stuff so I can stay organized. So we're going to look at the keyword research and yeah, we don't need that anymore. Yeah, sorry, coming back to the keyword research here, we need to figure out what I need to stop and slow down because I am not able to think straight while I'm trying to talk and do all this stuff really fast. So the main focus keyword is social media business cards. So we're going to come to this document here, and that's what our article is going to be called, social media business cards. You can put something else at the end. We don't necessarily need to do that. Okay, we have some questions coming in. The extension is detailed SEO. It's just, it's detailed.com/extension. I just shared it in the chat here. Oops, that's a DM. How do I get rid of this DM? Oh my God. Okay, well, it's gone. Yeah, it's just detailed SEO. So the focus keyword is social media business cards. I'm just calling this article for now, or this outline, social media business cards. And typically, as you go along, you'll have a bunch of outlines in this document. This is what we use for client approvals. So the focus keyword is, nope, it is social media business cards. That is the keyword focus. Then we're going to add some variations in here because we're not only trying to rank for that one, we have all of these other things we could rank here. So social media icons for business cards, that is another keyword variation. Let's see, social media business card, that's basically a variation of that one. That doesn't really make sense. Social media on business cards, business cards with social media icons. Cool. So these are just different variations, like I said, of the keyword. Social media on business cards, on business card. We have the icons again. So because we're already using most of these words in, like, let's say business cards, social media icons, and we're talking about business cards with social media icons, like we're using all of these keywords in this, or we're using all of these keywords, basically all the same words, with an exception of one or two in this. So I wouldn't necessarily add that as a keyword variation necessarily. Social media logos for business cards. Sorry, I'm just reading here. I want to find a couple more business card examples with social media, example business cards. So yeah, we'll grab this one and we're just going to go here. And then I'm going to go back here. Social media logos on business cards with social media links. Can you use social media icons on business cards? So I'm going to grab that one because it's there twice at the end. So these are going to be our variations, and some of these will end up being heading 2 tags. And what we like to do is grab the keyword research here. So just grab this URL and then link that right here to that specific slide on that document. So if you ever want to reference it, or if we send this to a client and they're like, okay, well, why are you guys writing about this topic? Like, can it really be getting that much traffic? They can click there and they can go through and see the keyword research. Okay, so now that we have this document, this document here, we're going to be writing heading 2 tags and heading 3 tags, and basically making a skeleton for our article. So the title of the article is going to go up here, social media business cards. Let's see here. I just want to see what these other ones are called. Social media business cards, that's the exact keyword. Adding social media icons on business cards, that's a keyword variation. Designing social media business cards that get noticed. So one of my favorite things is ChatGPT. We can just go in here and say, can you please write a heading 1 tag with the keyword, and then put the keyword in there. Yeah. And you can say something catchy, punchy, and clickable. Right. So it'll give you out some of these here. Make every connection count. Great. That's cool. We'll do this. Make every connection count. And then I'm just going to do this as a colon. So social media business cards, make every connection count. Great. This is going to be our heading 1 tag up here. Right. So now we have all these keyword variations and we have subtopics. We need to add in the subtopics here. So basically, the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at, not you guys, but I'm going to take a look at the competition, see what they're doing. So these people have no heading 2 tags on the page. That's a good sign for us because we can write a better piece of content than they can, or that they have. So social media business cards. I don't think that makes sense because we're using that in our heading 1 tag, but if you wanted to, you could do social media business card examples with social media. You want it to flow as well. Like you don't just want to input a bunch of keywords. This needs to be helpful to people. So social media business cards. So a heading 2 tag that we can do using the keyword variations here are we're going to use this focus keyword in the first one. So using maybe like how using social media business cards can increase sales, something like that. And then you can also have a bunch of points for that here. So this one could be, the heading 3 tag doesn't necessarily have to have all the keywords in it. This one is going to be how using social media business cards can increase sales. The heading 3 tag here could be like it increased conversions, right? And then here you can have another heading 3 tag. I'm just trying to think of what it could be like. Deeper connection, heading 3 tag. I don't know, improved nurturing. We could talk about nurturing, I guess, because like if you have social media on a business card, somebody scans that they're following you, you are nurturing that contact because they're seeing your content on social media. They're getting to know you a little bit more, like kind of how everybody watching this video is here because I've been posting so much social media content that you know and trust me, and you know my process, and I've helped you already. So those are three heading tags that I could put there. Again, they don't have to have the main keyword in it, but it should support what you're talking about here. So how using social media business cards can increase sales. It can increase conversions. It can increase or it can give you deeper connections. It can improve nurturing, right? Now let's just take a look at, I believe it was the last one here had the most heading two tags, and some of them were good. Adding social media icons on business card, why social media is important. This is Vistaprint. So how to add social media icons on business cards. That is a great subtopic. So how to do that, we're just going to come here and add that in there. If you wanted to, you can give them different ways to do this. So adding them in Canva. Oops. Adding social media logos using Canva. And then you could do the same thing here with Photoshop and whatever other ones you use. I don't know necessarily 100% about your business, but or if it's like we can do it for you, whatever it is, right? So basically we are creating a skeleton here, and you can see how this piece of content is really coming together. I don't do this every day now. My team does it every day, so I might be a little bit slower than them, and I'm also explaining to you everything that I'm doing as I'm doing it. So let's go back to that Vistaprint article, and let's just see if we can get some more ideas here. How social media can help your business. No, it can make you more memorable. Easy way to create buzz. No, I don't think anybody uses the word buzz anymore, by the way. Okay, so that's basically all we can grab there. And then let's come to this one, Engage Bay, and just see what heading two tags they're using. So designing social media business cards that get noticed, that's our heading one tag. So what are social media business cards? Ooh, that is a great one. So I would even say here, this should be our first one because people may not even know what that is. So that should be the first thing. Let's come back here. Heading tags. What are 8 can't miss elements of social media business cards with examples? So I'd say social media business card examples is one of the keywords that we want to go for. Where is it? Social media, right? Business card examples with social media. You could also just change this to social media business card examples. So you can see how we're really crafting a piece of content or an outline here that is going to be helpful and is answering every question somebody could potentially have about social media business cards or whatever this topic is. I just want to come back here. Let's look at their heading tags. So that's that. How to add social media business icons to your business card. We've already covered that. Social media business card design best practices. This one's good. So we're going to add this here. And the objective here is to make a piece of content that is better than all the top content put together. So social media business best practices. Yeah. I might put best practices at the start for social media business card design. Yeah, so we're just changing things up a little bit because this actual keyword doesn't talk about design. So we're just adding that there. And then you can also, we can add heading 3 tags in here. Oh my God, people are just joining so late. We can add heading 3 tags in here where we're talking about like, make sure you can read it. Oops. Use a QR code for ease of, I don't know, use a QR code. That could be a best practice on its own. Heading 3 tag. Oh my God, I don't want to update. Yeah, you can add more in there. I'm just going to add 2 for now. And then let's just take a look. Can you use social media icons on business cards? Right. We're going to add this in here. as a question. So you can also have like an FAQ section on your page as well. And yeah, you can add a lot of keywords there, and you can help people out by answering some of their questions. So I just want to go through, and I'm just going to come here and add these as reference articles. So these are the references that we looked at. I always keep these here, and my team does as well, in case a client wants to see it. And it's also useful to us because we're going to have to open these back up, and I'm going to show you how, like, what to do with those in ChatGPT to write a really great piece of content. So the first thing I'm going to do, the first one here, like this was just a product page, or a category page, I should say. We can't do anything with this page, so I'm actually going to get rid of that. And I want to find a fourth article here and just take a look at that and kind of go through the same process, but very quickly. Social media business cards, social media branded cards, personalized magnetic business cards. So these guys are talking about a lot of stuff on this page. And like, when you're looking at this, it's like your website probably looks better than this. And like, these guys are ranking number 4, and they're getting some traffic to their website. So yeah, this, like, it can be encouraging to look at some of this. So the first thing we're going to do now, sorry, I'm going to add this here to the reference articles. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab each one of these articles except the first one, and then we're just going to grab all of this into, and then pull this all into ChatGPT, and we're going to say, I'm going to open a new chat here. Can you please summarize this article? And then you're going to paste the article in there. If the article's too long, ChatGPT is not going to be able to do it, so you may need to break it up. But essentially what we want to get ChatGPT to do is summarize this article. And in this chat, we're going to do this with all 3 of the top competitors, or top ranking people for this keyword. And then now what we're going to do, just wait for this. And while that's happening, we're going to go and open the second link here. So Engage Bay. This one might be too long to do, but we're going to see what we can do with this. Yeah, this one's like quite long. And again, it doesn't pull in the pictures. So let's just see once ChatGPT is done over here. Okay, so it summarized that entire article here. Can you do the same with this one? Right, it's quite long. I really hope it does it. Oh, perfect. It is doing it. I love that. Sometimes it doesn't. And again, you have to break that up. So we're basically getting ChatGPT to learn about this topic by summarizing the articles that we're inputting there. Like, somebody else has already done all the keyword research. They've come up with all the ideas. And then we're training ChatGPT in this specific chat how to, be an expert on that topic. Let's just go back here. We're going to grab the last one, because this one is, it's better to have 3 than it is to have 2, because there's a little bit different perspective there as well. Same with this one, please. And always be nice to ChatGPT. You never know when they're gonna, develop a mind of its own and then take us over. And I guess if you were nice to it and you said please, then they might, be nice to you. Okay, so now that we have this done, well, it's not done yet. It's still finishing. Now that we have that done, we don't really need these other websites anymore. So I'm just going to grab that, get rid of, I'm going to close some of this stuff up so that we don't get confused. And we don't, get confused. So we don't need that. Don't need that. So I have my 4 tabs open again. I don't even think we actually need SEMrush anymore. So ChatGPT is here. It's writing us these summaries of these. And this could be good too. Like, if you don't know a lot about this topic that you're writing about, this is a great way to get more insight into it and kind of get a quick overview. And this would have been so great when I was in school to summarize anything, like anything from a book or anything from my classes, to really like understand it quickly and give me a summary of everything. I guess we had like Sparks Notes and stuff like that back in the day, or I forget what it's called in other countries, but yeah, we had a way to do it. A way to see summaries, but it wasn't AI generated and it wasn't learning all the time. So now what we have is we're going to grab all of our heading tags here, And then we're going to go back into ChatGPT. So, oh my God, people keep joining so late. Can you write an article based on the summer? Oops. Oh, sorry, not based on. Using the information from the summaries you just did and using the following heading tags. Right, so you can put the heading tags in there. And then you say the title of this article is going to be, and then what's the title that we have here? Cool. And then we're just going to come here, put that in there. And then now we just let ChatGPT do its magic. So it's going to fill everything in here for us. We can read it. We should be editing it. We need to add internal links, external links, but like this has been what 30 minutes so far, and I am writing a full-fledged article on how to use, or on what is this topic even? Social media business cards, right? Like I don't even have business cards, but like I'm writing an article as a quote unquote expert on this because I'm able to summarize all of this stuff so quickly and do the keyword research and all that stuff. And if you are doing this for your own business, like you should be an expert and you should be adding, your own content to this as well. Don't just grab what other people are doing, make sure that it's better. So one of the things that we always do here, so what are social media business cards? So I want an introduction. Can you write an introduction with a statistic in it as well? So I want the first paragraph to have some kind of statistic in it because I can use that oh my God, I can use that statistic. Oh, it's writing the whole thing over again. Oh yeah, continue with the rest of our article. Sweet. So I can use any of these statistics here to actually link out to the real statistic. You're going to have to fact check everything. That's just, something that needs to be done. So in an era where over 3.6 billion people are using social media worldwide, I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to go, how many people are using social media worldwide? I'm going to ask Google the question. Right, so it's saying 4.48 billion people. This is backlink to.com, and actually these guys here, they have a strategy, and I know this because I've watched his videos, I've gone through it. They have a strategy where they write these statistic articles so that they get backlinks for free, and I'm going to show you how to give these guys a backlink, or like how to add external links to your website to reliable sources. So part of their backlink strategy is to have statistic articles so people link to them and reference them. There's other ones down here too. If you want something that's a little bit less like if we go here, we can see what this is. What are the sources for this? How many people are using it? This is just an article. I don't necessarily know if this is accurate. They're not citing anything. Like you could do Wikipedia, this site here. Statista. Well, I can't speak, only necessary. So worldwide, let's just see here, read more. 4.59 billion people are using social media worldwide. So if we wanted to, we could grab this article, or we could grab the first one. You can come into oh nope, sorry, we need to create a new document here. This is going to be the article. So this is going to be our title and introduction. So this is huge. Obviously, we don't need it that big. Oh my God, let's go. Right, okay. So that's the title. Okay, that should not be heading 1. This is going to be normal text. Okay, so, oh my God. What is going on here? Okay, normal text. So we're going to grab that source that we're citing. We're going to grab that and we're going to put that here. And we're going to change this to, okay, hold on. In an era, blah, 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 statistics projected to increase to 4.9, whatever the stat was. by 2025. Right, that's already being used. You say by 2023, for example, just make sure this is all linked here. So this is one way that we're adding external links to our content to make it, or to show people and Google that we're not just making this stuff up, like we are citing sources, we're doing all that kind of stuff, and we're a legitimate business. So now you're going to come up here and you're going to copy all of this, and then you're going to paste this into the document. Right, so now we have our full article. This is our content here, and let's just see, 711 words. That's not that many words. We could probably increase this to, over 1,000. We're going to have to edit this ourselves, and like how to add social media icons on business cards. So for example, if you're showing people how to do it in Canva, oh, that's sick. So sorry, I'm just noticing here at the top, ChatGPT actually puts it in the different heading styles for you. So that's a heading 2, that's a heading 3. Sick. So here, for example, like this doesn't really teach a person how to add social media logos to their business cards using Canva. It just tells you, it's a great friendly graphic design tool. But like here you can have like 3 steps on how to do it. Create a free account, grab our template here and then drop in your logo here. Like very easy to do. Same thing with Photoshop. You could have screenshots, all that kind of stuff. That is information that nobody else is going to have, especially like in the top 3 articles that we looked at. Nobody's showing you step by step on how to do this. And if there's other tools that you could use as well, like I don't know if it's Lightroom, I don't know if there's like other Photoshop alternatives, but like you can talk about all of those. We can do it for you. Great. Social media business card examples. Here's where you're going to have to add examples, and then also talk about each example. So best practices. Here, like you might have to add some kind of, we could actually just get ChatGPT to do it. So we can say, can you write an intro paragraph for this section? Oh shit, I forgot to say please. Now it's taking long. If you don't say please, it's not going to go quick. Okay, so that's a bit long. Can you make that shorter and only 2 sentences? Something like that. So we're just basically refining, this is like draft 1 of our piece of content, right? To ensure social media, blah, blah, blah. It's crucial to follow. Okay, this looks great. I haven't even read through all of this yet. But like from what I have read, it looks fantastic so far. And again, you're going to go through and you need to edit this stuff. If you do not edit this stuff and you just post it as it is, it may rank, it may not rank, but somebody else can get almost this exact same piece of content. This is why Google has their EEAT, experience, expertise, authority, and trust, like their acronym, whatever part of their algorithm. So you can't just use AI content. Like you need to make sure that it's good. And you could even see here, like me coming in and adding this paragraph, like that's not something ChatGPT is spitting out, right? And then here at the end, we need a conclusion. Can you please write a conclusion? Oops, conclusion. Oh my God, conclusion, paragraph, and a heading for this article. Okay. Let's go ChatGPT. I'm so impatient with this thing, but like what a wonder of the world. Like this is just, it's writing content for us. It's doing all this stuff, and like wow. Like I'm complaining about this, but it's like when people complain like, oh, a website's loading too slow, it's like they're literally pulling that information from across the world through space. So like let's just relax for a little bit. Okay, let's see. Conclusion: elevating your networking game with social media business cards. Yeah, that could be good. Conclusion. Da, 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 da. Great. So that looks good. Typically, I would ask it to write, add in a call to action there. So it's like, if you need a business card, if you need a business card with social media logos on it, don't hesitate to give us a call, and then link to our, product page, or link to our sales page, or our contact page, wherever you link people to, or you want to send people to convert them. So yeah, this is basically the article. Now from here, what we're going to go and do is add internal links. So I'm going to go back to, oh my God, what was your site again? I need to check the chat. Where's the chat? Okay, K2 Print Creative. See, I already forgot the site and I just wrote an article for you, which I will give you, but make sure that you edit it, please. Cool. So I'm going to go here and I'm just going to do, oh, you have another site. Oh my God, no, hold on. You have two sites. This one's about promo and the other one is also about promo products. Okay, why right in your header, you're linking to another website? That is not good. Don't do that. You should combine both these sites into one. Okay, so graphic design, print services, custom overseas products, promotional products. So let's go to, I don't see anything for business cards here. You do business cards because it was in your blog, which, how did we get to your blog? Recent blog posts are here. I was going to click this and go, okay. So this is something that you need to have on your, like, oh, maybe is it resources? Okay, it is there. I'll call this blog instead of resources. And then we're just going to go down here and we're going to click, or sorry, we're going to search social media, right? So if you have any other social, yeah, so you do have an article about this, but it's not doing well. I would do this to like replace that article. So keep it consistent. You already have some images in here, but like show some real images, not just illustrations. I'm just trying to find something else. Okay, top 10 ways to show to stand out at your next trade show. So we're going to come back to the article here and see if they wrote anything about trade show. And maybe, you know, this could be another opportunity to add another section. When to use social media business cards. Then you could have a heading 3 tag that's like at trade shows. And then you could write a paragraph about trade shows. So you can see that this is not just like a complete process with ChatGPT writing everything for you. You still need to do it. So when should you use social media business cards at trade shows? This could be a heading 3 tag. I'm just going quick because we're running out of time here. So paragraph about trade shows, and then you're going to do an internal link to your page about trade shows, right? So typically for something that's this long, I would have 4 or 5 internal links and at least 1 to 2 external links. And you can use other things for external links as well. Like if we're talking about, like, let's see, Facebook, Instagram. So Instagram is down here. You can link to your Instagram account, right? So this one I'm just going to put mine in there and just see what happens. Instagram influencers, right? So I'm using the words Instagram influencer. I'm talking about myself, although I'm not an Instagram influencer. So those words, that would be an external link. And that's an example of how you can use an external link. You can link to your own social media profiles, but make sure that you are citing some kind of statistic, and that if there's something else in here that you can link to a better source, like I'm just looking here, your brand's personality, like physical networking tools. So like, unless you have a page about physical networking tools, you can just search that. This is actually like networking, like computers, physical professional networking tools. Okay, you can grab this one from recruiter.com and you could just link that there. All right, so that's another way to do an external link. I would do 2 to 3 external links per thing that you're writing, and then I would also do 4 to 5 internal links to your own website. Yeah, so basically this is it. Let's see how long this is. 856 words, and then we still need to add a couple more paragraphs. We need to rewrite stuff. We need to go in and edit this. But as you can see, I knew nothing about this topic before I started this. I asked you on the call, you know, give me a website. We did the keyword research. We found a topic that works. we analyzed competitive sites, and then we wrote a whole article. Obviously, I'm not going to sit with you here and edit this article, but that's going to be the next step for you. And unfortunately, that's not something I can help you with, because everything that you have up here, you need to get out here and add real world experience. If I was writing this article for my own website, because I do digital marketing, I could say like, to be honest, we don't even use business cards. We just use our social media accounts when we're at networking events. We just tell people, hey, follow heytony.agency on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or whatever the platform that they use, because we're on all of them. And if you're on Facebook, for example, and not LinkedIn, then you're going to follow us on Facebook. So we don't necessarily use business cards, but in certain situations it makes sense. That's something that I would add, that's personal, that nobody else can write necessarily the exact same thing that I'm writing, because it's more of an opinion. So if you write some opinions in here as well, that's fantastic. You can also, like as an example here, how to use social media icons on business cards, or how to add hold on, examples. You can talk about, like, if you have like 5 examples here, you can talk about why specific ones are, like, what you like about them, what you don't like about them. Yeah, that's one way to add your expertise in there. Like, oh, I don't like the colors, or I don't like this, or the icon's too small, or nobody's ever going to type that into Google or into their browser or onto their phone. Put a QR code on it instead, that kind of thing. So you can do all of that. But anyways, that's the entire process. I will add these documents here, the blank ones. No, I'll just add these actual ones here to the under this video once I upload it to the course area, and then you'll be able to do all of that. So that's how to write an article, do the keyword research, do the outline, and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Oh, good, people are still here. This is great. I was wondering for a second there. Now we're going to do a little bit of Q&A. So if you have any questions, like, unmute, let's talk through some shit. And yeah, I'm here for you. Let's go. Who wants to go? Tom.
If you're a freelancer and you don't really want to share your home address, like I work from home. So like, is there a solution for that?
If you don't want to share your home address?
Yeah, like I don't know if that's a good idea.
Sorry, Tom, you muted too quickly and unmuted
Sorry,
too quickly, but
I just said, yeah, I don't necessarily want to share my home address. I don't know if that's a good idea.
So if you're doing a Google business profile, and you are a local business, but you don't want people to know where you live, like my business is I work at home and mine's listed there. Nobody's shown up yet. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do that, but if you have a Google business profile, you can just do a service area instead of doing, putting your actual address. You will have to give Google your address, but you don't have to do all of that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Unmute, because I don't want to read the chat. I'm tired of reading. Let's chat. I want to talk to some people.
Hey, Matt.
Have a good
Hey, Daniel.
Daddy. Oh, good.
Oh, sorry, Daniel.
Yeah. Hey, Matt. Thanks for this. This is amazing content. Our website, I think, has got a lot of blogs that are not doing things for us that have been written over the years. I suspect that they might be an anchor. Would you suspect it may be best to go back and rework existing content, or
Yes,
delete content, or focus on new content?
So it really depends on a website to website basis. Like, what I just did on this call is I went through and pretended like they didn't even have that article. They did have a post about that same topic. But what I would do in this case, oh my God, why is there fireworks going off? What I would do in this case is I would add all of that new information to that blog post. I would keep the URL the same, and then I would just, because like, that blog post for them wasn't generating any traffic, right? So if it wasn't generating any traffic, there's no point in keeping the content that they currently have on there. So we're going to upload that new piece of content on that same URL, and hopefully that starts to rank. One of the strategies we use a lot is we will look for good topics that somebody, like a client, has written about that doesn't rank really well, and we will optimize that content. So sometimes the client already has that the EEAT, the experience, expertise, authority, and trust aspect in there. It's not something that we can necessarily write. So what we'll do is we will update their content. So we'll keep some of what they wrote. We'll add new title tags, or sorry, new heading tags. We'll add new content. We might add more pictures and so on. And it's just updating that content. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what the focus keyword is. Go into SEMrush or Ubersuggest, see if people are even looking that up. If they are looking that up and there's enough, and you have the keyword variations as well, then that is a good piece of content that you should be optimizing, right? Especially if it's an easy to rank for keyword. If it's not easy to rank for and you could spend your time focusing on keywords that are easier to rank for, then go with that, right? So it's like, it's really, you have to be in the website to really make that judgment call. Does that make sense, Daniel?
Yeah, it does. I guess just one follow on to that.
Yep.
And so I'll give you an example. We deal with acupuncture and risk specialization in PTSD. We probably have about 20 or 25 articles on PTSD.
Yep.
Does it make sense to, in your mind, would it make sense to maybe consolidate those down to like 5 useful articles, or try to rework all say 25 of them?
I'm going to give you an answer, and the answer is it depends.
Okay.
It depends on how different each one of those are. So if you're talking about, veterans with PTSD, that's one thing. If you're talking about people who are abused as a child with PTSD, like that, those are all different topics. If the topics are different enough and they warrant their own page or their own blog post, then yes, you should have separate ones for all of those, especially if each one is a keyword that you could potentially rank for.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. AC, you got your hand up.
Hey,
Hello.
Matt, how are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. Thanks for all this explanation. It's really useful.
Oh, glad.
Matt, I got like 4 questions, and I'm sorry, I'll try to make them pretty sure. They're all about blogging.
Okay.
First, I'll prefer if I mention them first. One, it's about H3 tags. Is it really useful to use H3 tags instead of just putting them as paragraph? Because I noticed that when you put the H2, you're using social media, but when you use the H3, you're starting to use random words. So that's one.
Yeah. So sorry, let me answer the questions as they come, because that might answer the next question. For heading 3 tags, those should support the heading 2 tag. Those don't necessarily have to have the keyword in it. So when I'm talking about like, how to add social media icons to a business card in that article example, and then the next one is like how to add them in Canva. Like Canva doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the main topic, but it is supporting what we're talking about. And in natural conversation, in natural just writing, you are backing up with what your main topic is with things that aren't necessarily related. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Okay,
Second,
next question.
you talk a lot about external linking.
Yep.
What happens when they take out that post or that website, and then now you got a random external linking, and I think Google punish you because of that? How do you know when that
if that
happens?
site is broken?
Yeah, in a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, they
Yep.
took off that site or that blog.
So basically what AC is saying here is, you've linked out to another website, and then that website goes down, it no longer exists, they deleted that blog post, and you're linking to a dead page that no longer exists. In that case, you should be doing, and like I don't even do this for my own site, but I probably should. You should go into like SEMrush or ahrefs.com and just have it run website audits, once a week or once a month, and it'll tell you any broken links that you have. I would actually use Ahrefs for that. But I know you guys are not SEO professionals. You don't have a bunch of clients. Maybe some of you do. I don't know. These tools are expensive. So you could just, pay for it for a month, do an audit, and then like 6 months later or a year later, do that. SEMrush also has a feature that will do an audit for you. So you don't need to do both, but I would say if you can do one, SEMrush is the one to do. And actually, sorry, I think Ubersuggest will still also run that report. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't used that feature.
Wouldn't Google Search Console or something like say, hey, you got a trouble here or whatever, or we need to pay?
You're not getting in trouble. They're not gonna like punish you for it. Like it's not going to be good for SEO, but they're not going to be like, okay, you're banned, you're linking to something that doesn't exist, because they know that people aren't on their websites every single day checking their backlinks, or not their external links, right?
Yeah, my question is more like, wouldn't Search Console like send you a message
No,
like you got a broken
no,
link or whatever?
they don't track that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, it's about, again, blogs. I get a lot of on Google Search Console, a lot of mentioning about canonical sometimes, like this
Yep.
blogs, it's similar to this one. So how much do we need to change the title? Because usually the topic it's completely different. They just both are talking about social media, to give you an example, but
Yep.
for some reason they just say, hey, you're having canonical troubles, or I don't really understand that
Yeah.
much, but it's
The
basically like
content
I'm
is
not
too
posting
similar.
your site.
Yeah, the content is just too similar, and sometimes Google will even not display, it won't index one if they think the other one is like the same article basically, or it's too similar. So just make them more unique, and yeah, that's all I can say at that point.
Usually they're totally different. They just say that maybe because my meta title or my H1 title, but usually the
Yeah.
title, that the article, it's totally different. So any advice there
Yeah.
on how much changing the titles, or
I honestly, without looking at it, I couldn't tell you, but just try changing a bunch of stuff up, because if it's saying that it's the same content as somewhere else, there's a reason why they're saying that. But AC, I'm going to answer some other questions now. Thank you so much for joining and asking the questions.
thanks.
John Ace, were you the next one up?
Yeah, hi. I was
How's it
just
going?
I got here kind of late, but I was just
Yep.
wondering because I honestly haven't started writing any blogs and my
Come
SEO
on.
is pretty terrible, right? I know I didn't realize like I had my blog up for a little while, but I was kind of just writing about random stuff. I didn't realize how blogs were such an important part of
Yeah.
SEO. And quite frankly, I don't even have like my main keywords on my homepage. Like that's how badly I needed the scores. But
Yeah.
like how often like would you recommend, putting out blogs like once a week, once every few days
If
or
you can do one a week, that's great, because then you have 52 new ways for people to find your website in a year. If you can do it every day, guess what? You have 365 ways people can find your website, right? So, and again, if you could do it twice a day, then that's even more. So
yeah.
it's really as much as you can do it consistently, because if you do it every single day for a month, that's fantastic. But then if you drop off for 3 months, then Google's like, okay, like I guess these guys don't update their website. We're not going to come back and check it as often. But if you can maintain once a week or once every 2 days, like basically the more frequently you can do it, the better.
Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Michael A.
Yes, hello. Thank you very much for this webinar. It's really valuable information. This is one question I had regarding local SEO. So to add context, I have like a window cleaning company, and we're are
Nice.
serving Montreal, Laval, and like the North Shore area.
Oh my
And
God, I feel so bad for you with how cold it is right now. And it's just gonna get colder, dude. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. I mean, as of
Fuck.
right now, it's not that bad, but yeah, it's gonna get much colder.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's one person I came across in terms of in regards to SEO, and he tends to rank for like all of the locations, like the top city locations. So like if you search
Yep.
up like #1 SEO in Montreal, like he'll show up.
Yep.
His name is A Nerd's World, and I'm
Oh
not
yeah, yeah,
sure
yeah.
if that's something that I should be doing for my website.
Yep.
Considering North Shore has a lot of locations. There's, I don't know, like a handful, maybe like 10. And then
Mhm.
the major ones are like Laval and Montreal. What do you think? What do you think is like the best practice for this? Is if should I do
So
it? Should I not do it?
yeah, you should have specific location pages for each place that you service, right? So if it is, Montreal or Laval or wherever it is, like you should have, we're doing this right now for a client around the Hamilton area. So Hamilton's obviously one area, it's one city. But then there's like other places in the city. So there's like Winona, there's Stony Creek, there's Ancaster, there's Dundas, there's Binbrook, like there's all these places around here, Burlington, that we can have location pages for those, right? And some might be easier to rank for than others. And I really don't give a shit where our clients are getting their business from, as long as that's in their service area. So if they're getting all of their business from, the west side, and they're just not ranking for the east side or the east cities or whatever, like that doesn't necessarily matter, because they're making more money and that's what they're hiring us to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you.
Cool. Mike Palmer, what up? Unmute Mike Palmer. If you don't unmute, I will go to the next person. Ooh, there you go.
So I'm doing a new blog, starting a new blog for a friend, new website, new setup,
Yep.
all new CEO. We do mainly food delivery and stuff like that.
Nice.
To be honest, I think a lot of the stuff will be easy to rank because a lot of them are just sales pages. But the main thing that I'm really kind of stuck on is structure. Like, how should I start like a structure? Like, is there a certain way to just start and have it set up the right way?
You mean like website architecture, like homepage,
Yeah.
what's going to go in the navigation?
Well, yeah, I think I have that already. Like, so for the most part right now, I set it up, but it has like 5 pages. It has a home page. It has like, say
Yep.
they do charcuterie boards. They have like a charcuterie page with the different types of stuff that I plan
Perfect.
on,
Yep.
maybe linking to separate things later. But,
Mhm.
I need to start really, building up, maybe some articles and stuff like that to kind of start supporting it. And
Yep.
that type of thing, because it literally is just a brand new thing in the last 2 months.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, like, have your main pages be in your navigation menu, but also make sure you have your blog page in your navigation menu as well. Anything that's in there, Google will be able to find that a lot quicker. And make sure, like, on the homepage at the very bottom or somewhere towards the bottom, you have links to those blog posts as well, because you want Google to be able to find all that stuff really quickly. And then it's all like from there, just internal linking. Like, you're making this giant fucking web of tying like this article that you wrote, for example, like a year ago, to this article that you wrote yesterday. And then the article you wrote yesterday links to an article you wrote 5 years ago. So it's just like you're constantly creating this, like, there's no like real architecture to it. Just make sure that it makes sense for the user, right?
So
Make sure that
I
people can
guess
find everything.
maybe this is more of a theoretical type of thing where, like, do you get into clusters, and do clusters matter, or do you just keep it on type of thing?
I don't do any clusters.
Oh.
Just keep on, just write good content, make good content, and Google will find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically just 1,000+ articles that basically tell all you need to do about charcuterie type of thing.
I mean, I wouldn't go necessarily as far as 1,000. So one thing that we actually ran into an issue with is we have a client and we did all the keyword research and we exhausted all of the blog posts that we could potentially write. I think there's a list of like 60 or 70 for his very niche business. And like, sure, we could probably come up with a bunch more, but like these are the ones that people are searching for. And now we're like, shit, like we still have to service this client. We want to bring more traffic to the site. What do we do? It's re-optimizing that stuff, because just because we went through the process I just showed you, and like we're SEO experts, doesn't mean Google's for sure going to pick that up. So sometimes we have to go back through and be like, cool, Google indexed this, it's ranking on the third page. Why is it ranking on the third page? Does it need more backlinks? Do we need to internal link it more? Like, what do we need to do? So we're re-optimizing stuff, and we're not just creating new content. It's going back and updating old content as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, like, just adding is going to take probably what, 6 months to a year after, just adding content. And then I'll get to that point, I'm sure, right? I mean, it's going to
Yeah.
take a while.
It will. Just make sure the content you're writing is good. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to answer 3 more questions here.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
So thank you so much, Mike. I have to go soon. I have to do a return to Rona/Lowe's. I don't know if everybody here knows that, but yeah, I got to do a return tonight. But before dinner. Next person is Meyer Ballet. Is that
Meow Ballet.
Mir Ballet? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for the information. I really appreciate it. I got a
No
question
problem.
got two questions. First one's about how to increase domain authority.
Okay. So domain authority basically is primarily made up of how many referring domains you have to your website. So it's getting links from other sites back to your site. And with those, with getting those links from other high authority sites, which like I cover like four or five or six ways to do it in the course. Yeah, that will help increase your domain authority, but you need to be creating good content. Like if you're creating good content and people keep coming back to your site, getting a lot of traffic to your site also has an impact on your domain authority.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
One more question. Meta description, for example, like how do I put that part in when I'm building the website itself, the page itself? What tools should I use in order to input the specific meta description that I want to include on the website, on the page?
Are you using WordPress?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Use Yoast SEO.
Okay.
Just Google that, YOAST.
I
And you can get the free plugin. You can also pay for the premium one, but the free one, I've used it for years and years and years on clients' sites, and it works just fine.
Okay, and then one last question. Thank you.
Yep.
If I use videos on my web page, would that help me with ranking? Because what I saw is like if I publish something on YouTube, it's pick up really quickly. But I'm wondering if I do the same thing on my website.
Yep. Post videos on your website. Embed the YouTube video on your website.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. Harry, last person.
Hello. Thank you for everything this evening.
No
And
problem.
my question for you was about hiding. So I've gone through and changed the meta descriptions describing the photos I've got on my website to include location names. I've recently done that. That I think was a tip from you. And then I was wondering about what to do with the file names of the pictures that I have on my website. Did you say there was a good way to put words in, like keywords or things in the file names?
So yeah, before you're uploading any image to your website, and like I don't necessarily do this on every single post. This is just like an extra thing that you can do. It may or may not work. There's no like, I haven't done a separate research study on just this one part. And sorry, not research. I mean like experiment, just like uploading images with the file name as the keyword you want to rank for. You can definitely try that. That is not bad practice, like as long as you're describing what that image is. So if for example, like the blog post that we just wrote, if it's social media business card examples, I can have the file name be social media business card example #1, then do the same title #2, #3, #4, because that's actually what it is, and that can be your alt text too.
Than DSC
right?
90725. Yeah, all adds, doesn't it?
Yeah, just don't get like anything that's like keyword stuffy, or it seems like I don't know if this is like tacky or whatever. Just don't do that.
Yeah, just little things to add more than taking a long list of things.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for this evening.
No problem. Okay, well, thank you all for joining. Really appreciate everybody.